Okay, guys, we are recording. We are going to go over how to do a Zoom party. Now, we know with the pandemic, we've had to kind of switch up the way that we're doing our posh experiences, is what I call them, our posh spas. I typically, like you guys know, do in-home or at my sweet spas. So I really thrive on people interaction. So this was my first go-to when I figured out that people were not comfortable getting together anymore, but I knew I needed it, and I knew other people would be thriving off of needing that personal connection. So this fits great. I'm going to go through ways that I do my Zoom, the way I set it up, things that I do. Please feel free to ask questions. I'll try to address them. But this is kind of just an idea for you. It kind of should get those cogwheels moving of what can I do for my business differently? How can I fit this into my business? And who might be interested in doing something like this? I don't do a lot of plain Facebook parties with the customized sample packs that I send to each person. I have done my Zoom parties differently where everybody gets the same experience. So you'll kind of see that as we go. And I'll kind of walk through the things that I set up ahead of time. Of course, you need a hostess. You can do it on your own. When I first did it, I did it on my own. I did a mommy and me one, and I did I can't remember what I called it, another one where I was the hostess, to kind of get a feel of what to expect, what I needed to do before I brought a hostess in. Now that I feel confident in the routine that I'm doing, having hostesses has been perfect to grow my business. So this month in July, I am focusing a lot on our, look at that, feature of the, you gotta love this, feature of the month products. Why? Because these are tried and true posh products. You get these products on people and they fall in love. So this is an amazing month to kick off doing a Zoom if you haven't already. Now, with that said, I'll often present that to my hostess, but also ask my hostess, what would she prefer? I've done the footy spas, I've done facial spas. So typically my main activity, my main experience will either be footsies or it'll be facials, okay? And then I will, to make it an experience, I will at least have a buy 5, get 1 free bundle involved. And we will add in hand pampering and lip scrubs, typically, just depending on what the hostess wants. So you can totally theme it on a footsie spa, a facial spa. You can do your hostess's favorites. We're kind of doing that with the one I'm doing now. Her husband is deployed, just got deployed. So we're kind of doing her favorites that she's learned to sample at home and pamper at home because her husband is gone. So you can also talk to the hostess about that. But number one, just like a Facebook party, your hostess is your most important person to communicate with and help them understand how it's gonna work and what their role is and what your role is in the Zoom party. So we are gonna start out with setting it up. So I'm going to screen share with you. Let's get this up and going. Hopefully my computer stays up and going for us. Okay, so for this hostess, and I had it up, Lindy. Okay, so we're doing what I do to start out with, again, step by step, is I create a group, not an event. So let's talk about the difference between the groups and the events. For me, I love a group, number one, because I educate the hostess that she has to personally connect with the people that she's inviting to the group. They have to accept the invite. It's not like an event where they can mass add people and you don't even know if people see the post or the event. In a group setting, I educate my hostess to personally invite each of their friends to the group. And then once they invite them and they accept, then I kind of work with her back and forth to keep, to make sure they're engaged. And I'll talk about that with posts and stuff. So you can see right here, I set up a group. This is kind of ahead of time. Make a little banner. We're focused on the 4th deployment, things like that. So everything is 4th of July themed. And I make a banner. I have a pinned post that, and this is all stuff I get ready before, that will welcome them to the page as she starts inviting them. I'll have my Google form link in there, and I'll show you how I do that. And then it runs down all of the pertinent information. So right here you can see it says, my name is Shalene. I'm introducing myself. We all know that life can be crazy on the regular basis, then come a pandemic, adjusting work schedules, and in some cases, a deployment. So I kind of go why we're doing it, Google Doc, and then it talks about the live event. When you are setting up your group, and again, you have to decide your time that it will take you to get the sample packs out. And like I said, I create the same sample pack for each person in the experience, because we're going to go live together and we're going to have that experience on the Zoom with that packet. So for this one, her party is on July 16th. Okay, so I'm setting this up. On July 6th, so she knows on July 6th, she's starting to create her list of people she wants to invite, starting to talk about what she's doing behind the scenes. On July 6th through July 10th, she will be adding her people and making sure that they fill out their Google Doc. This is how I know who to send samples out to, okay? The Google form is due at the latest the 10th, and that's what I need, because I'm using the 11th, the 12th to make the packets, and then I'm getting them out in the mail on Monday the 13th. Her party's the 16th. I want a little leeway time for those samples to get to them, okay? So that's kind of how I lay that out. I have the group made, I invite her to the group, base posts are there, like the welcome post, and then there is just the base of making up the group. I put in a few albums, because you can do that in groups. I put up a few albums that they can look at, but the group grows as the party goes on. But this gives her time to get her list, get those people invited over here. They have the 6th through the 10th, where I won't post a ton besides reminding them to fill out their Google Doc so I can get their samples out. And then starting on the 13th, I will have some lead up posts to our live on the 16th. It's not like a Facebook party where I'm scheduling posts out all the time. I'm doing 1 to 2 posts, maybe some activity posts or giveaway posts just to get people interacted. But the majority of my focus will be on the Zoom live where they have the experience, okay? So for the Google Doc, I'm gonna show you the Google Doc. And I do pretty much the same exact thing on each of my Google Docs. I'll change out the banner, okay? It'll have a little explanation on what they need to do. So I have here how it will work. Get your Google Doc filled out. Sample packets will be sent. Information on the Zoom link for you to join live from home. That will come on the Facebook party with reminders. We will spot together with items in your sample pack. What to expect. Fun, self-care, tips, specials, and giveaways, and then just Lindy would like you to join us. It asks for their email, first and last name. I put this on my Google Doc. You could choose to do it or not too. But I even offered up sample packs to people that can't make the Zoom but want to try the products. You'll see the sample packs that I create, and they are deluxe sample packs, and they do cost to go out. So again, a great follow-up piece to expand your circle, but you could choose to not send them all of the ones that those that are attending the Zoom are getting, or you can. So they can choose, yes, I'll be there, or just want to try a few items, cannot make the Zoom. Mailing address, I did include, please include city, state, and zip code. That's just an FYI because I kept getting street addresses. And I was like, okay, are you Cedar Rapids, Marion, Solon? And so then it was a runaround for me. So asking for a complete mailing address. Do you have any allergies? And additional questions or requests. So this is set up. Again, this party's just getting started. She will start inviting people by the 6th for them to fill out the Google Doc. To help you guys see what it looks like, let me find, here's Amanda's. Amanda's having her party on Monday. She has 9 responses. So when I get responses from people, I can export them here into a spreadsheet, or I can go, what I like to do is I go through them individually and I print them out. You can't see it. I print them out and I take notes on what they ordered, the sample packs that got out, if I have any questions. So you can do it how you want. You can print them out per person. You can see their responses. So it really is super great, and you've got their contact information right there, okay? So this is what it looks like when I'm sending the sample packs out, when it's closed and I'm getting ready to send the sample packs out. See, here's the add-on. I don't know what city or state she's in. So again, and then it'll give you other kind of summary of things, okay? So that is more along the lines of the Google Doc. So prepping for this event takes a little time. You create the group, you create the welcome post. Within the welcome post is the link to your Google Doc. You want to make sure you have a cutoff for the Google Doc so you have time to make the samples and get them mailed out so they receive them before the live date. As you lead up to the live Zoom, you can educate them the same way you would educate them on a Facebook party. Hey, let's talk about facial care, or let's play some games. Anything to get them engaged and excited, along the lines with posting a few things about how to use a Zoom, and I can share that with you guys, how to use a Zoom, or the link they will use to join. I also send emails out via the emails I collect on the Google Doc to make sure everybody gets the information. So even if they're not getting it on the Facebook page, even though I educate them on clicking notifications and clicking all posts, even if they don't do that, I make sure to at least send an email out from the Google Doc. Remember, the form has all their email addresses, and I will send an email reminding them of the live Zoom, how to join, and the link. So I'm kind of doubling up on making sure that they're going to attend, along with having the hostess personally reach out to them to remind them, okay? Because success is getting them there. You've spent the money on the sample packs. You've mailed them out. You want them present, and you want them getting the products on them, because we know that's where people fall in love with Posh. Now, before I go off a screen share and share with you a sample pack, Let me see. Let's go over to this one. Okay, so this one I have, she'll start on Monday, so I'll go in and post today some educational fun posts, but I have party points up, okay? I have a picture of when the sample packs were going out. And in this, when they get their sample packs, I want them to post a selfie of themselves with their sample pack, okay? And then here's my notification post, making sure they have marked all posts. And then I have a little explanation of who I am, how long I've been with Posh, what my favorite part of the business is. And there's a few reminders that they need to do, fill out their Google Doc ahead of time. But same thing goes here. There's not a lot of posting like a Facebook party multiple times a day. It's mostly focused on the Zoom and connection because that's where the fun happens, okay? So that's that. Let me, let me stop share. Okay, so let me look. How do you make a Google Doc? Good. That's a good question, Kelly, and I can actually do an example of that. And once you have one done, it's easy to do more because what I do is I will take like Lindy's, it's already set up, and I'll make a duplicate I'll duplicate that one and then just change the information. And it's super easy once you have one done. So I can share mine with you too. Google has so many different ways that you can do some awesome stuff in it. So we can either do a training or I can do some screenshots on how to do that. But that's how I collect the information. Now, again, leading up, you're going to talk about different Posh stuff, but I'm going to share with you what what I'm sending to one of my parties. So I always include a catalog. Okay, all my information, always have a catalog in there. And this sample pack is the one that I'm doing on Monday. So I'm so sorry about this stupid back screen. Don't move. I'm sending this, so I just print off those cards that talk about the special of each week for the special, each week, but it goes over the whole month. And we're actually focusing on those products at this Zoom. And so I use those little cute sample things from the portal. I also, and I'll show you one of these. I also make these cute stickers, and I'll just read it to you. You probably can't see it. It says, do not open until the Zoom party. It says Amanda Zoom Spa Get Together is July 6th at 7:30 p.m. Your Me Time pack, and I put their name on it. I personalize it with their name. Do not open until the Zoom. And that goes on the outside of my sample bag. So when they get it, it's almost excitement. Hopefully they wait and they don't open it till that night of the Zoom, okay? Now, a lot of that is the pre-work at the Zoom event. It's run a lot like I would do a home spa, okay? I'm gonna walk them through the samples that I've sent to them. Okay, so with this party, we're focused on face and hands and lips, just like I told you. So there's several things that we're going to do. We're gonna so I should go back a little bit. You are in the event, the group leading up to the Facebook or the Zoom party. You're going to remind them that they need a sink, that they need a washcloth, a hand towel, and their sample pack, okay? So in this particular Zoom party, when I start, I will introduce myself. I will introduce how I know the hostess, and we'll actually go through and have everybody introduce themselves. Helps me know who I'm with, and how I do that is by my sheets I print off, okay? Because sometimes Mama Strong's on here. What if I don't know who Mama Strong is, right? So what I'll do is go, okay, Amanda, we're gonna walk through, we're gonna talk, have everybody say how they know Amanda. If you know Posh, what's your favorite Posh product? And hey, I love juicy things. So if you have some juicy stories about Amanda, let us know. Or sometimes we'll do, what is something special about Amanda? You know, you can pick what kind of engagement according to the people that are there. You'll know if they're silly, if they need something that's more like giving her kudos. So that always makes the hostess feel good. So I'll go through my list and I'll say, okay, Natalie, you're up first. Tell us, girl, how do you know Amanda? And she'll start talking, and we'll go through each person. That's kind of the introduction. Once we go through that, I'm like, all right, peeps, grab your sample packs. Let's make sure everybody has what they need. Your washcloth, your hand towel, and your sink. In your sample pack, you will have the BFF, okay, Moisture 911, and I give them a chance to pull those out and set them down so they know what they're working with. You will have Gender Bender Body Scrub. That was a choice of my hostess. You will have the Healer. Peaches. Oh, or what's up, Peaches? Honey, and your sugar-coated lip scrub. These are the fun things we're gonna go through tonight. So you're not here all day long. So what I start to do is take them through the experience on the Zoom. Okay, guys, let's tie back our hair. Everybody turn on your water. Let's get our face wet. And we'll start off with our face wash, our BFF. So I'll educate them on how to wash their face, right? Give them tips on how to wash their face. And as you're doing it, really highlight the feel, the texture, the experience that they're experiencing along with you. You can even ask questions, you know, hey guys, what do you think? Do you like the feel of that? Did you know that? And you can give them a great tip on it. They will appreciate that. And you really walk through each experience with them, okay? So for this one, we're doing the BFF wash. After that, we're gonna pat dry, do the Moisture 911. So that's their face experience. And you can take a little break there, answer questions, because you may have a really active group that's like, okay, I like the BFF, but would I use that every day? Can I use that morning and night? And it's great engagement, and that's what you're looking for in these Zoom parties, because that's what makes this platform so special, is they can see and hear you, and you can see and hear them, and you can all experience it together. Now with this one, sometimes you can put a face mask in there, a serum, a moisture, you know, different things to create a full face experience. This one we're doing a little bit different. So the next step with them, just so you guys have an example of how I'm doing this one, is we will actually do a hand scrub. And I always make the joke that this is a body scrub, but because we don't want to see all your naked tushies on video, we are going to scrub our hands. And I will walk them through how to do a hand pampering. They can go up their arm, anything like that. And again, you're talking about the product. You're giving them tips. So a tip on this one would be, if you like a more aggressive scrub, use it dry. If you want to lessen the aggressiveness, add some more water to it. Or you can talk about, a lot of times I'll pick up the 3 other body scrubs we'll have, and I'll explain to them the spectrum of, this is a gentle scrub. Lady Lemoncello is a medium scrub, whereas Gender Bender scrub is your most aggressive scrub. So you can really customize your body experience by how aggressive you want your scrub, okay? So we'll hand scrub, then we will pat dry, and this is where you can choose what you want to do. You can talk about the healer as a cuticle moisturizer and then go into, a lot of times you'll have people in the party that have used it and they'll be like, oh my gosh, so I've used it for this and this and this. But it's a great talking point regarding our sticks in general. So if you want to focus more on skin sticks, maybe do the hand cream first, the What's Up Peaches or whatever hand cream you have first. And you'll talk about it being non-greasy, experiencing the smells. Everybody has different things that they'll do. And then you can follow it with the healer or talk about ways they can use the healer, okay? Last but not least, I included a sugar scrub. So we'll talk about the importance of exfoliating your lips, rubbing back and forth, licking, tasting, what makes this different from other lip scrubs. You can use it more often. You can use it as often as you want. You won't over exfoliate with it. You can talk about add-ons and products that they can also use, like Swipe, that give a little tint, answer questions regarding it. Any kind of jokes you can throw in there about licking and tasting it is always good. Get them laughing. So that would be somewhat of the last product. I do have Honey in here. So I can lead into hosting because I'm going to start talking about honey products. Did you know honey is so amazing? And we have a hostess deal right now that you can, or whoever the host is going to have a chance of earning. And you can talk about hostess stuff there. And for this one, we have one more product. We have our Gender Bender. So I'm going to talk about this leading up to the party because we're going to talk about all the different ways this can be used. So that is a really fast down and dirty. It's a lot of information in 30 minutes for you to grasp, but it should show you how this can be really, really good for your business, how it can get engagement, how you can show your personality and build relationships with people when we can't get together. You guys, it has been absolutely wonderful for my business. I don't have my sheet with me, but the contacts, we know that when you do a party, you get to meet people outside your circle. Your hostess knows people you don't know. They're going to invite those people. Lots of them haven't tried Posh before, and they are going to personally get to know you because of the experience, because of your customer service, and because of the fun that you create on the event, okay? Now, do we have any specific questions that I didn't cover that you would like covered? You can unmute if you want. I want to catch any questions before I turn off the recording, if there is any. And then what I'll do is I will post the recording and keep track of things. I know it's not perfect, but it should give you guys an idea on how to master this. I can look at the Google Doc for you and see if I can plan a post out for you or do a short video on how to do that. What was the other one? Oh, Zoom. Go to Zoom and sign up for an account. They have a free account and they have a paid account. I can't for the life of me. I've had Zoom forever and I've had to pay for it because I use it for team meetings. But maybe Kim remembers what the minimum is for free. It'll tell you. And how much it costs. I think I can have up to 100 people, which I doubt I'd do a Zoom with 100 people. The most I've done a Zoom with is 25 for a fundraiser. So at a certain level, you have to pay for it. It does limit you on the amount of time you can be live if you don't do the paid version. I think it's 45 minutes, but most of the time you can keep, as long as the people are on there and you get going, you'll be about that 35 to 45 minutes unless you have a chatty Catty group. So you could ideally start with the free, and if it pops up that you've gone too long, it'll charge you, or it'll say, can we charge you to keep the meeting going? So kind of play with that. Kelly, did you have a question on that, babe? Or on anything?
No, I think I'm just trying to like absorb all the information and then kind of go from there. I'm gonna look over my notes and then see if I have any questions, and I can shoot those out to you.
Okay, all right. And I will post the recording. You can go back and listen to it again. It is a lot because I kind of went through a prep, set it up, Google Doc, and the whole kind of Facebook experience.
That's great, though. I needed that.
Yeah, it's exactly what I do for home parties when they come in, because I think the thing we get stuck with as being in direct sales is people often think they're going to come and listen to you talk about products. And when you change that up and they're experiencing it and they're walking through it with you, they totally fall in love with the whole hosting experience.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily a question, but a brain fart.
I like brain fart.
Quite often. I'm not real keen on the Zoom, and that's just me personally, but I want to take and apply the same thing that you've just shown to the new way you can do parties in the group on Facebook, but it's a room so that everybody there, it's like Zoom. Does that make, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I use that some with my team leaders on our team for face-to-face, because you can interact just like you would on Zoom. So that's what I'm gonna have a go at.
Good. Let us know how it goes.
Do everything that you would do with a Zoom party, but incorporate that into a room within that specific private group.
Yep.
That way.
Yep, that's perfect, Sean. You can
For
also
me, I'm just more comfortable that way. I've seen so much and read so much about, you know, people showing up in Zoom meetings and obscenities and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, that just scares me to death.
It's pretty safe. They have a lot of coding now and things like that on Zoom. The other thing people have used is Google Hangouts. You can kind of decide on the platform you want to use. Zoom is just what I use and what I'm comfortable with, and I pay for it anyways. Yeah. But yeah, let us know how that Facebook group goes. That will be interesting to hear.
I will. I shall.
All right, guys. Well, this will take a little time for it to upload to my computer, and then I'll get it loaded onto PoshCrew and UPC. Feel free to ask questions in the comments on PoshCrew, and I will do my best to get the Google Doc stuff done and answer any other questions, okay? All right, let's rock out July. We got a good monthly kit for this one. It'll be good. All right, guys, thanks.
Bye-bye.